Hello planners, thank you so much for joining me in today's live. I want to ask you a question. Do you feel constantly exhausted even after a good night's sleep, or you've lost your motivation to do the things that you normally enjoy? Well, if this sounds familiar to you, I think you might be burning out or on your way to getting burnt out. So let's have a chat. In today's video, what I'm going to do is talk about what causes burnout and what you can do to avoid it. So I'm going to cover 3 types of breaks you should be taking at the same time, and also make sure to plan it in your planner. That way you don't come to a point where I have been, where I've just been so exhausted, lack motivation, and just being negative all the time. So if you are here on live, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't said hello yet, make sure you do and say hello in the chat. Or if you are watching me on replay, type in replay in the comment section. And now I want you to please type in yes now, or in the comment section if you have been feeling a little bit exhausted and just lacking that motivation. So what I'm going to do, I'll be asking quite a few questions throughout the live, and I'll be checking in throughout the videos, so full participation is highly encouraged. Now, for those of you that may not know, I'm Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire self-assured women who sometimes may feel a little bit lost and overwhelmed. Use planning as a form of self-care and a tool for mindfulness, and that way you get to focus on setting up your planner, gives you space and grace, and then help you to get back on track to do the things that you're great at. So all items I do mention and show in today's video, I'll have all the details in the description below. So let's just get right into it and let's get started. So what is burnout? So burnout is, let me make sure I've got this right. So burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that results in prolonged stress. So this can be caused by a few different things. It can include work-related stress, also personal issues. I have had a few of those, and of course even lifestyle choices. So some common signs of burnout can include, like I said earlier, is feeling exhausted all the time. You lack motivation even for the things that you like doing. I know there have been days where I didn't even touch my planner, which is what I enjoy doing, adding washi tapes and stickers to my planner pages. Yet there have been days or a week where I haven't touched it. So that is where the lack of motivation comes in for the things that you do enjoy, and also, of course, just feeling like you're not making any progress at all, despite all the things that you try to do. So just a little backstory is back in 2021, as part of my homeschool life balance, I wanted to make sure that I was looking after myself spiritually. And so I started to use Headspace app as part of my meditation routine. So I meditate regularly using the app. It provides meditation prompts and also has daily meditation guides. And it tells you a lot of different information about mental health, well-being, and mindfulness. So back in 2021, I learned about burnout, and from my key learning, I actually created myself, let me pop this on, I created myself a self-care break checklist. Yep, there we go. Let me take this off so it doesn't glare. So I created this myself to be able to help me look out for the signs of burnout and the things that I should do. So I shared this back in 2021 on my Instagram page, and then of course people started wanting to know where I got it from and if they, can use it themselves. So I did make it available as a printable download that people can print at home. So what I'll need you to do is make sure you do stick to the end, because I will tell you how you can get this printable download for free, but for a limited time, to pop in your planner and to help remind you to plan and take your breaks. So from what I've learned, there are, let me just quickly pop this a little bit closer. So from what I've learned, you are burning out if you're feeling one or more or all three of these. Let me see if I can zoom in. Does this allow me to zoom in? So if you start spotting any of these, one or any of these, or all of these, signs, then you are on your way to burning out, or you're already burnt out. So profound emotional exhaustion, generalized negativity, also called cynicism, and then feelings of professional inefficacy. So for me, when I know I get sad and then I can't seem to snap out of it, especially when there's no obvious reason for my sadness or anger or frustration, then that's a sign of burnout. So May says, yes, I'm burning out. Yeah, I think I still am, but that's why we're here, to hopefully give you the tools to make sure that you don't get to that point where it's too, not late, it's a little bit harder for you to recover. So also when I don't feel good, so also generalized negativity. So when I just feel like nothing is going right in my life, or I feel negative towards others, for no reason. And, if you're scrolling through your phone and you sort of have negative thoughts of what you see on Instagram or YouTube there, and it's not warranted and you're cynical about it, that's also a sign of burnout. And then when you feel, or when I feel that I'm not good at what I do, or feel like I'm a failure and why can't I get things done, that is what's called a feeling of inefficacy. So it's not that you're not good at what you do, it's that you feel like you're not good at what you're doing, and you just have those negative thoughts. So if you've felt any of these lately, then you're burnt out. But good news is it's not permanent, and now you know what signs to look out for, and you can take the steps to avoid them. So type in how in the chat or in the comment section to find out what to do next. So we all know we have to take breaks, right? So, but in my 20s and in my 30s, I used to say, I'll rest when I'm dead. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I don't wait till it's too late or it's too hard for me to recover from it. And so what we need to do is we need to be proactive with our rest. And burnout, like I said, isn't permanent. We can avoid it by making sure that we are planning, not just taking it when we're forced to, but we're planning the breaks that we need. So important to be mindful about taking our breaks. And if you're like me, I forget to take them, because we're so busy. We're trying to catch up. We're already feeling down. If we're already feeling exhausted, we're behind on all our to-do list, and it's just piling on top of the other. So it's important to add it in your planner. So what type of breaks do we need to take to make sure that we avoid burning out? So there are macro, meso, and micro breaks. So a macro break is the one that you should take once a month. So either a half day or a full day. And if you can, try and take it during the week, or, take the day off from work. But of course, if you can't schedule that in, make sure that you are taking 1 weekend off a month. And so for us, our family, takes a macro day off, if not once a month, every second month, because sometimes, it is a little bit difficult to take the day off from work or from school. So my husband, my sons and I take a day off in the month and do whatever we like. I don't govern how each of us will, that's a family day. That's a different day, but a macro break to avoid burning out. We can do whatever we want and spend it our way. So my son takes the day off high school. I encouraged, back when my husband was working full time, I encouraged him to take a day off or half a day on a Friday. And then when I was homeschooling my younger son, we had a day off from homeschooling and no scheduled activity. And we just do whatever. I normally spend my macro break wandering around the shopping center on my own. That way I can go up and down the aisle of my favorite shops without anyone nagging me, hurry up, Mom, how long will you be? So that's one of my favorite macro break opportunities. So I'll have lunch on my own, just, like at the food court or have coffee. And most times I don't buy anything from the shop. It's just the joy of going up and down the aisle and, picking things up and looking at them. So your macro break doesn't have to cost you a lot of money or any money at all. So I want to know, question of the day is, do you schedule in macro breaks? So that's either half or a full day off once a month. So do you schedule and plan those types of break for yourself now? Or if not, let me know if this is something that you will start scheduling in. So it's important. This is not a choice. You have to take a macro break once a month. So the next type of break that you should be taking is called a meso break. So these are breaks that you take off once a week, about 1 to 2 hours off, and do something again for yourself. For me, this includes doing my nails or my mani-pedi, also giving myself a face mask, or just sitting on the couch and just scrolling through my phone. Where's my phone? So mindlessly scrolling through my phone, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, without feeling like I'm wasting my time. So you only waste your time. This is according to the book Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Saratsky, is you're only wasting time if you're not intentional with it. So if you're supposed to do something else and you're not, then that's wasting time. But if you have scheduled to do absolutely nothing at all, then that's not a waste of time, because you are intentionally saying, I'm not going to do a damn thing today except sit on the couch, watch TV, take a nap, or just read a good book. So make sure that you're taking, so 2 types of breaks so far, macro and meso. Hello, Marcus. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. You should do your nails. It's a good self-care, Marcus. Just, push those cuticles and if you want, just do clear nail polish. You don't even have to do nail polish, but just, putting moisturizer. So yes, I do my husband's nails, push the cuticles and cut his nails. And that's a good time together as well. So men can do their nails too. So make sure you're looking after yourself as well. So now what I'm going to do is, before I do share, let me just remove this. And so before I share how you can get this planner insert for free, so here it is. On here, look, it has all the different types of breaks you should be taking, so you don't have to try and remember it. What was that thing that Marianne said? Macro, meso, what? So it has every month you need to take half or a full day off, and I have this little calendar. This is actually blank, so you can add in the date. So there's 1st of May there, and then there's the 31st of May, and then there's a little space here for you to write in what macro break you're going to plan for the day. At the back of the planner insert, You've got self-care ideas, so you can plan ahead of time what type of breaks you want to take, so you can change your mind throughout the month if you can't do those. And then there's the final type of break is meso. So now if you are getting value from today's video, do make sure that you hit the like button. And if you know of someone who might be burning out and they need a little prompt on what type of breaks to take, share this video with them, because it's very important that we don't, or it's very important we put our the oxygen mask on first on ourselves, because we can't help others if we are not functioning, and we're not functioning if we're burnt out. And that one great way to avoid it is taking your breaks. So make sure that you do give this video a thumbs up. So the next type of break that you should be taking, let me see if I can do this, is the micro breaks. So micro breaks, as the name suggests, is taking several of these breaks throughout the day, and it only takes a minute or two. So this can include 1 minute deep breathing, or you can do 5 counts of deep breathing through the nose and out through the mouth. If you work at your desk regularly, make sure to stand up from your desk and do your stretches. So count to 10, stretching your arms and sideways, and do whatever favorite stretch that you do like. And then also write things down in a gratitude log. If you start looking for what you're grateful for and what your positive, what positive thing that happens in the day, then this is a great way to also avoid that negative feeling, because you know how the more you look for the good stuff, the more good stuff will come to you. So make sure that's another way that you can have a micro break, is to write in a gratitude log, and also stepping outside to get some fresh air. So again, there's a little space here that you can write, rest for a few minutes several times a day. Now, I write my breaks in my well-being planner. Let me see if I can, I've got a few things here I want to show you, but see here, this is my well-being planner page. So here is the spot that's important with regards to taking a break. So I've got 7 lines there. So what I do is I put 1 minute deep breathing, getting up and stretching, gratitude log. I try and unplug for about half an hour, so not looking at my phone or TV, and then I do 1 minute breathing, stretching, and gratitude log again. So let me quickly show you a few examples of how I have written in the past in my taking a break. So here, as you can see, get up and stretch, 1 minute deep breathing, gratitude log, yoga stretches. So as you can see, I don't get to fill mine in all the time. That's why I need a reminder every week to take my breaks, because I either forget them, or in some cases I probably nap the day away, or have taken big enough breaks or been busy that day. So very, very important, especially if you're new to planning, that don't give yourself too much pressure or stress trying to fill in planners and then getting upset or feeling guilty that you've been inconsistent. I always say your planner is there for you, not you for the planner. So if it doesn't get filled in, it just means more important things have taken priority. But when you do need it, it's there to help prompt you, to remind you, because our brain is not meant for storage, it's meant for creativity. So writing things down, you're more likely to do it. So that's, I think that was in March, April. And then here I did a little bit better the second week of April. And then again, the third and fourth week of the month, I've always fall behind in filling in my planner, but I've been good with my morning journaling. So this wellbeing planner page allows you to write in your well-being habits, so being in 7 areas of focus. So that is mental, spiritual, career, family, social, physical, and mental. Oh no, I think that one is, sorry, finance. So creating habits in 7 areas of focus. It also has a sleep tracker, other wellness tracker, and then the other side is a little morning journal for you to write down how you feel, why you feel that way, and what things can you do throughout the day. But for today's video, I want to focus on taking a break, schedule, and writing things down. So that was, oh actually, so that's March. This is March, sorry. And then again, but look, I did better, March 20th to the 26th. Look at that. I think I was very mindful that I hadn't been taking my breaks, so which meant that I had to do something about it. Either I was already feeling myself being burnt out or on my way. So see how when you start to see the signs of burnout, you have the ability to be able to avoid it by putting in those breaks. And so I think that, yeah, that one, I made sure that I was taking my breaks because I was feeling exhausted. I was feeling I wasn't enjoying, using my planner. So do make sure that you do pop it in your planner, taking breaks, because it shouldn't be an afterthought. Looking after yourself shouldn't be an afterthought. And that's why we hear so many people feeling exhausted, even though they've had lots of rest or not enjoying the things that you enjoy normally. So that's the final week of March. And then, so that's how my well-being planner page, take a break routine or tracker looks like. So let me just quickly have a look. Marcus, oh, you're so wonderful. I am so grateful to have met you through a challenge that we did together. And you don't have to, but you are just so wonderful. I appreciate you so much. So thank you, Marcus. Yes. I can't remember what way I was framing it, but yeah, so making sure that you are taking your breaks. It's really, really important. Hello, Budgeting Mama. Hello, Irene. Thank you for joining today. So really, I have been in that position where, how you just go on. I've had 7 hours of sleep for the last a few days. This is really me now. It's over 6.5 hours. Let me show you. Where is it? Look at this. So this is Monday to Saturday. All green, which means over 6 hours of sleep, but I've been feeling exhausted. And I think it's more because this one is more because it's a new sleeping pattern. I'm actually sleeping, everyone. So there's no longer a 2 or 3 hour sleeping pattern for me. So I think this is just my body getting used to it. And also doing 14 out of 14 days of getting outside and going for a walk for 20 minutes. I've done it, everybody. That's 2 weeks, 14 days in a row, and it's now starting to become a habit. And I do find that if I don't do my walk, after breakfast, I get cranky. So it's been wonderful, and so make sure that those walks, if you can also for your physical well-being, that you are doing some form of movement and getting your heart rate up. So so many things have been changing because I am mindful now that if I don't look after myself, the thing that happened back in February where I had the mental breakdown, where I know I would have been able to manage all the different challenges that was happening around me, I know I would have been able to manage it if I wasn't exhausted, if I wasn't feeling unmotivated. So, and because I wasn't looking after myself. So don't wait until you have a mental breakdown because, you know, not everyone has the support, I know, of family and friends. And so it's really important that you look after yourself. I want you to be here with me or during lives or when you watch my videos on replay and join me and have the fun of planning in our planners and picking which washi tapes to use today and which color and what type of hand lettering style. So look after yourself. And when I am so appreciative that we are hearing more and more self-assured, confident women saying that sometimes, you know, they can't manage because, you know, we're not supposed to be happy all the time. We have emotions, we're human beings, and sometimes we feel lost and overwhelmed. And the more we talk about it and the more we talk about what ways can we do to help look after ourselves first. So really important. Yes, I only did one day last week. That's okay. That's okay, Maeve. That's one day more. So just you know, be consistent with it in trying again and again, and don't feel like you failed if you didn't do what you said, because I've been needing to work out for the last 5 years and I haven't done much with it, but now I'm making a big effort because I am important, you are important, and we need to make sure we are looking after ourselves. Okay, so let me actually show you as well how, so this comes in blank. That has no date, so you can fill in the dates, and then so let me show you some previous self-care. So this is my self-care break checklist. So I've circled the date. So what's this? Take half to a full day off on the Friday 17th. Mani, go to the shop, face mask, petty. So I didn't get to do all my meso breaks. And then of course some different ideas for prompts. So then I make it my pages pretty with washi tapes to make sure that when I'm flicking to that page, it makes me happy and I'm more likely to look at it. So, you know, sometimes if the pages are plain, not that I'm saying minimalist is not good, but sometimes do what makes you happy. So if you like plain pages with just one color and neutral colors, then that's what's going to make you happy. It's going to be attractive and you're more likely to touch it and use it. So that one was back in July of last year. Adding stickers, washi tapes, highlighters, and then I'm marking on the day. So that one, you know, on a Friday, on the weekend. Here I've marked what days I you know, so scheduling. Don't just say I'm going to do my nails. When are you going to do your nails? Because if you're more specific about it, then you're more likely. And then you put in your planner between this time and this time, that's my time to do my nails. If you just say I'm going to, then that's just too wishy-washy. We know ourselves well enough to know that we're not going to do it if we're not specific enough about our breaks. So breaks are also like our little goals. Our goal is to make sure that we are taking them. And then here's some more and some previous ones. So that one has a tab on it. I think that one I didn't do any washi tapes. So those are some examples of my self-care planner pages that I've used in the past. And like I said, as you both the take a break tracker, and sometimes I don't get to do it because you know why? I'm not perfect, and that's why I need to do it over and over and over again, week in, week out, making sure that, you know, we are doing this. Now, May, yes, keep coming back here next week and I'll make sure, but don't feel bad if you don't do it. Don't think that, Marianne, you know, is not going to think that. No, I'm here to help you because I've been there where I have not done anything. I didn't get out of the house. I didn't even do any little exercise in our flat for 2 weeks. And so sometimes they're just things that, you know, have taken over, but we want to make sure that we don't get stuck in that position for too long, that we do something about it. If it's just as easy as, you know, pop on your sneakers, if that's the only step that you can do and not actually get out of the house, that's a little mindset that Okay, today I'm just going to put my sneakers on, and hopefully it'll give me a prompt to get outside and go for a walk. Okay, so what do you think? Is this the which one's this one? The self-care. Are you going to start scheduling your micro, your meso, and your macro breaks into your planner or into a to-do list? Let me know. Let me see how we... Whoop, did that work? No, it didn't work. This one, we're back to this one. So yeah, let me know if this is something that you're going to start doing. Put in your breaks. I'm not sure if you follow me on Instagram. When I plan my day, I always put my meal breaks, my AM, my routine, and going for a walk as the first thing. So if you're, looked at diets in the past, you know how they say pop in on your plate, put salads and vegetables first and then put everything else around it. So it's like that. It's put in all the things that involve you first, and then plan all your tasks and to-do lists and appointments in between. So don't do it after. Don't put in work or everyone else's agenda and then try and squeeze in your meal break. So always plan you first. So, okay, I think we've covered all of it. So let's just go back to a little. So burnout, emotional, physical, mental exhaustion that results in prolonged stress. How to avoid it? You need to take these 3 types of break all at the same time. Not just one, not just 2, all 3. Macro, half to a full day off once a month. Meso, 1 to 2 hours off a week. And micro breaks, take them several times a day, and they can just be a 1 to 2 minute micro breaks. So let's have a look. Did I promise you something? I think I promised you something. So I'm going to make it easy for you to make sure that you are planning your breaks in. Okay, I think I need this back. So for you to get this self-care break checklist planner insert, what I need for you to do is go to my website at mariannecresp.com. Look, so self-care break checklist, and then at the, so do the magnifying glass if you can't find it. So self-care, and let me see if I've got this right. Okay, and then type in the discount code self-care. So all capital letters, no space, self-care. All right, so write it down, because I'm not putting in the description. Self-care in the discount code for the self-care break checklist printable download. It's available in A5, Happy Planner Classic, as well as letter, big Happy Planner printable size. And then if you pop in self-care in the checkout, this printable will be free for the next 5 days. So until Saturday 13th of May at 5:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And so one code per person. And then after that, it'll be back to, I think it's $4.50 Australian dollars. But I want to make sure that you are able to start planning your breaks by giving you this self-care break checklist printable, and then that way you don't have an excuse of what type of breaks to take. Now to make sure, so I'll keep that up there. Let me just remove everything else. Okay, so discount code self-care, all capital letters, no space, printable download, free for the next 5 days until 13th of May, 5:30 a.m. Now to see how, to see how else you can make sure you are taking your breaks, you can click or tap the next screen or the link is in the description below on how you can make task cards for yourself that you can add in your planner and help prompt you to take your breaks before you get tired. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.